Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to like and subscribe. So I asked you guys on a community post to ask me questions, all writing related, for a Q&A, which is what I'm doing today. Before we get started, I want to say thank you to everyone who asked questions, because I said spam the comments and you guys definitely delivered. We're going to start off with the first one, which actually isn't writing related, but I'm going to answer it anyway. So it says, do you like Lego? Yes, I do like Lego. I have 2 bins full of them. They're really fun. If you were to write a spin-off book about one of your side characters, which would you choose? So I have a project that I haven't revealed the name of. I'm so sorry for that. I will reveal the name of it, I promise. But there's a girl in that project. She's not really a side character. I feel like I don't have a lot of side characters actually. I think most of my characters are main characters or a villain. So I guess one that's not the main character. Like, she is a main character, but she's not the main character. I hope that makes sense. I want to give her a prequel spin-off from her point of view. But yeah, I don't really have very many side characters, so I guess I can't really properly answer that. How do you deal with writer's blocks and having no motivation to write? Love your channel so much and can't wait for this to come out. Thank you. Dealing with writer's block, a lot of the time if I'm kind of stuck and don't have any motivation, I'll either look at my Pinterest boards for the books and characters, because that gives me a lot of inspiration, and I also listen to the Spotify playlists I've made for the book, and that gives me a lot of, like, it just hypes me up to get writing. I'll also watch a lot of, like, other people writing, like Anna New. I love her videos so much, and she gives me so much motivation. I think seeing other people write makes me want to. And then sometimes even just reading my own writing can give me inspiration. What's your favorite character you've made in all of your books so far? That's crazy. I have a lot of books, so I have no idea. In a video I posted recently where I was going over a book that I wrote when I was 13, I have this character that I really like in it. Her name is Alora. She's the oldest of 3 triplets. She is very protective of her siblings, a rule follower. She's pretty anxious. Yeah, she's a lot like me. I really love her. And I really love Rebecca from Project Ruby. She's sarcastic. She's independent and fierce. She kind of has an attitude problem, but we love her anyway. And I also love, I literally love all of my characters from both Project Ruby and the other project that I haven't shared the name of. In Project Ruby, like, because all of them are such good characters and I love them all. In some of my older books, my favorite character in the oldest books I've written, Sarah Travitt from the Travitt series, she was my favorite. From the Reese and Everleigh book series, my favorite was Everleigh. That's kind of my favorite characters. I have a lot of favorite characters because I've created a lot. Do you have any characters that are based off of people in your real life? I have some characters that are based off of my sister. And when I say based off, I don't mean they are my sister. I mean they give the same kind of vibes as her. Both Lark from Project Ruby and then Ainsley from the Iverson triplets. They both give the vibes of my sister. They're both very kind and helpful, and they're very positive, and they want everybody to be happy, but then they also have a side that's like really brave and like they're stronger than they look. They're kind of based off my sister. And then technically all my characters are based off of me, which is kind of weird, but it's like all of my characters are just a piece of me that I'm putting into them. What character do you not like that you think others will? Or if you don't have one, what's one character you'd like that you think others won't? That's a really good question. I feel like I really like all my characters, except for like the villains. I don't like them. I guess if I don't have one, what's one character I like that I think others won't? I think for that, it's like, you could take it whatever way. Like, I could say for Veda in Project Ruby, someone might really like her because she's like strong and independent and brave, but somebody might not like her because she overthinks her decisions and second guesses herself a lot. I don't really know a specific one that I would have, and I wish I did off the top of my head, because that's a really good question. Do you write or do your characters write your story? I think when I start my writing, I'm writing, but then like that's why I start off so slow. But once I get into the flow of things, my characters just take it. What would be the most difficult genre for you to write? I think anything like, well, nonfiction, obviously, but I don't think that counts. Maybe like historical fiction, because you have to do a lot of research to see like what would have been happening in that specific time frame. I think it's just easier for me to write like a fantasy type thing and I can make up what's happening instead of having to figure out the history. Where/how do you find most inspiration for your books, chapters, scenes, and characters? I think Pinterest a lot of the time. Also, just songs give me a lot of inspiration. TV shows. Like, I've been inspired by so many TV shows, or even just scenes in TV shows and movies too. What is the most you've ever lost while writing, and how did you recover? Did you remember what you lost and rewrite the same thing, or did something different get written? I think the most I've lost is like maybe 5 pages. It was not that much. I was very lucky. Somehow it didn't save or something, but I was able to rewrite it, and it wasn't a really important scene. It was just kind of like a filler scene. So I think I wrote about the same thing. I just kind of recovered by rewriting it. It wasn't difficult. It was kind of annoying, but have you imagined or thought about what you want the Project Ruby book cover to look like? If so, then what does it look like? Ooh, this is a good question. I have imagined what it could look like. I think I don't see like any people on the cover. If there was anybody, it would be like a silhouette. But I see like some kind of picture, like I could see like a picture of the ruby on the cover and then like the words to the title, which I almost just said. I can't say that, guys. But I could see like the words of the title on there and then by my name. It could be like the ruby on the cover. I think that would be really cool. Favorite romance trope to write? I haven't really written a lot of romance tropes since most of the books I wrote in the past were just about a bunch of girls teaming up and like going on adventures or going to school. So I literally have not included like any guys in my books at all until like more recently, which is kind of weird. The only guys were like the dads or like a random little brother every now and then. So I think more recently it would be considered like, in Project Ruby, it's more like friends to lovers, and even the romance in that book isn't even like romance. It's just like you can tell a character likes each other instead of like that's the main focus. It's like more of a subplot. And then in my other project, it's probably more like enemies to lovers, which even again, it's more of a subplot. That one will have more romance in it. I guess I would say like friends to lovers, enemies to lovers is probably going to be cool too. How much time on average do you spend on storyboarding, character building, writing, and editing? Okay, storyboarding, I'm guessing, is like the same thing as outlining. Outlining is honestly really easy for me. Well, not easy, but it's just all I do for outlining is I write a few sentences and then expand as I go so I can leave room for changes. And that normally takes like 20, 30 minutes, maybe 40, not that much time, because I try to keep it really minimalistic. Is that a word? I love that word. But enough to where I understand what's going on. So it doesn't take long to do that. Character building, that is one of my favorite things. I literally spend so much time on that on purpose because I want to develop the characters so much, because the characters are like such an important part of the story. I spend like weeks on that just because I need to know all the information. Writing, I think anywhere from, I've written books in 2 months. I've written books in 3 years. So it kind of depends. And editing, I haven't really edited a book until now, and I started editing Project Ruby in September of last year, and I am almost done editing it. I'm hoping to finish by the end of this month. What's the easiest part of writing the book? I think developing characters is the easiest part for me because I love that part of it. Getting to meet new characters is a really, really exciting thing. Will you ever write a dual POV? I hope so. I think a dual POV would be so fun to write. I definitely want to. What are some of your favorite quotes from your characters? Oh, wait, this is like really good question. One thing that they say a lot in Project Ruby is, wouldn't you rather have more friends than enemies? because a lot of the focus in the book is like learning to trust people. So I think that's a really important thing that comes in it a lot. That's a really good question. Traditional or self-publishing? Okay, honestly, I would say self-publishing because that's just easier. But I think whenever I publish my books, my mom was saying like stuff about traditional publishing. So like working with someone to get it published. But again, I don't know much information on that, so. What is your favorite character / relationship trope to write? I really like writing sibling relationships. I've found that I just really enjoy that. I think maybe because I have siblings, or even if it's like kind of like a found family type situation, like if it's like friends that are so close that they feel like family, like that is really good to write. I just like writing really strong bond friendships, like those type things. I like writing the things where it's like, you know, the characters like each other, like they're in the phase of like, oh, I like you, but like they aren't dating or anything specifically. Will you always write fantasy adventure? I'm sure I will always write fantasy adventure, like dystopian, those type vibes. I will always be writing because it just comes naturally to me. I don't know what else I would expand to, but I will definitely always write that. How many books do you plan on writing? If I've written like 20 plus and I have unfinished ones and ones that haven't even been written, I don't even know how many I plan on writing. Like however many my brain gives me, and then I just keep creating more. Which Taylor Swift albums are each of your Project Ruby characters? That is a good question. I'm just gonna say it based off vibes and based off of what comes to my head first. Okay, Veda, I automatically think Speak Now just because of the purple. Like Veda's color is purple, so Speak Now. We're just gonna go with it. Tristan, I don't know. Why is my mind telling me like Tortured Poets? I don't know. I'm just saying what comes to my mind. I don't know. Or like Fearless? I don't know. Vesper's Fearless. Rebecca's Reputation. Ryder's like Evermore. Or maybe Folklore. And Lark is like Lover, probably. I actually don't know if any of that is accurate, so don't quote me on that, but that's just what I'm saying for now. Do you write the main story first and then decide if there's a prequel? I think I outline the story and kind of see, like, how do we see this expanding? Like, does this need to be a series, trilogy, duology? Does there need to be a prequel? Is this just a standalone or should we expand? And that's kind of what I do. So I don't specifically write the entire story before deciding if there's anything else to add on because I need to know if I need to foreshadow things. Do you ever put Easter eggs to your old books in your newer projects? I'm pretty sure I have, actually. That's a really good question. I think I have at some point. Yeah, I'm sure I have, even unintentionally. What do you hope your first book to publish will be? Project Ruby. Definitely. I think I've already established that on my channel, that's probably going to be my debut novel. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy does writing make you? 10. Can you do more dressing up like your characters? Yes, I really love dressing up like my characters, except I don't own their outfits, unfortunately, except for Rebecca. I loved dressing up like her because my outfit actually looks like her, and oh my goodness, that was so fun. What does it feel like to finish a book? It's it's really exciting. It feels like you finally achieved what you've been after for so long. But it's also kind of bittersweet because you're like, well, now that's it. Like, that's all. It's over. But it's really exciting. Do you like writing other styles of books such as comics or poetry? Comics, I don't really like writing comics. I've never actually written a comic. I don't really like reading comics. Poetry, I love the idea of it. I love the vibes of it. It's so cool and creative, and I wish I liked it. I can't get myself to figure it out. It's hard. So I don't personally like doing poetry, but like I love the idea of it. It's really cool. How many projects aren't in progress yet? Probably at least 5 or 6, maybe 7 or 8 or more. I don't know. A lot. Do you ever write short stories or use writing prompts? I haven't written a short story before, unless it's for school. I just like writing bigger length things, I think, because it gives me more time to develop the characters. And I have not used writing prompts, I don't think. I've been inspired by writing prompts, where like I'll read some and then I'll kind of make it my own, which I guess that's what a writing prompt is. But like I can read a writing prompt and then get an idea from it, but not use the writing prompt, if that makes sense. Most of the time I just come up with my own stuff. On average, how long does it take you to finish a book? Anywhere from 2 months to 4 years. It's really different depending on how interested I am in the book, how often I'm writing it, and how much I'm writing each time I write it. And finally, why do you write? I write because it's my passion. It's something that just makes me so incredibly happy. I've been writing since I was 7 years old. Actually, no, I've been writing since I could scribble on paper. I've just somehow in my mind, I've always known I wanted to be a writer, and it's a way for me to get my emotions out, and it almost helps me understand myself better and understand other people better, and like it helps me understand how to socialize. It helps me understand how to react to different things in a better way. Writing helps me get my emotions out. It helps me feel calm but also stressed at the same time, which we love. Writing, I love it because it's something that a lot of people don't like, and I just feel like that's such a special thing. I really treasure this passion of mine. It helps me get the voices out of my head and onto something. It just gives me a source of creativity and a sense of me having something that I'm in control of, I guess. I like that I can plan it all and it'll work out just how I plan it. And even if it doesn't, then I can plan it a different way. There's just so many aspects to writing that I enjoy so much, and sorry for the emotional speech, but I guess you can tell I really like writing. Anyway, that is the last question. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you once again for all of the questions, and I will see you in the next video.